Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is GO time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J Was Good Today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
Got him! Oh shit, we're live. What's good, folks? What's good? Obviously, y'all know what today is. It's Wednesday. So on a brand new Wednesday, you get a brand new episode of PD&J What's Good Today. I'm your host, Jay.
Hi. I'm Sambo.
Got caught with your mouth full, huh?
That's what she said.
Wow. Anyway, folks, we wasn't live last week, but we are this week. How y'all been? How y'all doing? Comment sections is now open. Our new viewers that's out there, I do want to salute you, but definitely make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, but also hit that subscribe button. Damn, nigga, I know I smoke, but damn, do you got the munchies?
I'm just hungry. I finally got an appetite.
Well, let me not interrupt. I am gonna. How was your week?
You knew God, you just worked in a damn restaurant. That's why I knew you worked in a restaurant. You wait till I got food in my mouth. Hi, is it good?
It's good.
You like that? Is it
like
really
it?
Good?
Can you taste the flavor?
Can you taste the flavor? They cook it just right. You know what? My week was wonderful. Had a week off, right? We had a week off, so didn't do too much. Enjoyed things as they were, as they is, as it was going to be. They're a little bit refreshing. I don't know how about you? I know. I will say this, as y'all know, it is a rough time of year for me, but I know this is new to you. So, as we all know, as we always ask around this time of year, just pray for not only just pray for me, pray for all of you that have in the same situation. I don't know why I can't get it out what I'm saying, but hopefully y'all can understand what I'm saying. But just pray for each other with your losses over the years, in the wounds, new and old, in between. It's tough. It's rough. Did you see that? What was it? Oh my gosh. And on the third day, let there be. How you doing? Now that we can be seen and unseen. Oh Lord Jesus. Well, I mean, that's something else. Well, anyway, y'all saw the title. You're trying to think, why are we talking?
Let's have some
strippers. Some strippers.
Oh, you want some strippers? I can get them over here, bro. Can we go live with them though? That's the question.
I don't think so. You need to have what's that thing? I can't even think.
Anyway, don't pay me no mind. So let's have community. Let's talk.
So if you wonder what the title meant, that means it's more of an open script. Well, nothing's ever scripted here. I want people to understand nothing's ever scripted. It's just either off the top or something, that's really on the mind, like people that check on you, quote unquote, for an ulterior motive. But I'm not going to say that because that's not the type of guy I'd like to be.
No, okay.
However,
so I'm going to kind of go off what you said, but I'm going to go a little bit. We're going to veer to the left lane on that one real quick. We're not going left. We're going to veer a little bit to the left lane.
Right? Got to move for traffic.
Yeah. So, dirty business.
Ooh. I haven't heard that in a while.
Now, there's a lot that can be said about dirty business, but I'm specifically
take that. That's right. Where did that come from?
You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to dirty business, I'm more so talking about the business practice, right? It seems to be a fairly common trait among so-called business owners that say that they're going to do something, and then hours before something is supposed to be done,
they make a change.
They flip. No, not make a change. Change is what I understand, but you flip the whole goddamn script and either pull away or say, I want to go in a different direction. Like,
or not even that. They want to up the ante. So you agreed to one thing, and then all of a sudden well, you know what? I mean, I know it's kind of close to showtime or whatever, but this is the change that this is what I want to switch up to. Wait a minute. So I don't have a choice. No, you got a choice. You don't have to do this, but I mean, it is what it is. If you want to do it, great. I mean, if you don't,
I ain't gonna lie. I've turned down shows over dirty business ethics practice. Dirty business. I've turned down shows.
And I say it's not even dirty. It's just shady. It's shady. That's more or less shady than
like
dirty.
You cannot come to me 72 hours before showtime. And minor changes, like I said, I can understand.
Minor. You
know what I mean? Certain things I can understand.
Hey, your set's going to go in a little bit later. Or
whatever.
This is going to happen a little bit. I want to do this. On top of what you're doing, I want to add this to it.
Okay? But when you sit back and you change the whole narrative. Oh, Lord, you must have found something you like. I smell it over here. God damn it.
Smoke.
When you literally sit back and change the whole game plan 72 hours before showtime
and expect people to just take that, pretty much. That's what you're saying. I'm changing this. You're gonna take it as it is. What are you gonna do about it?
And then when I sit back and I counter and I say, based off your changes, that's going to require more of me, so I need a little bit more money. Now, all of a sudden, you want to go in a different direction.
Now, all of a sudden, but you think what it is? What people don't realize, the dirty part of the business that you're talking about is they already got something lined up. They're waiting for you to say no.
Exactly.
And then what's going to happen is, oh, you know what? I had so-and-so, but they flaked on me at the last minute. Now, all of a sudden, they're ruining your reputation. All because they made a change to how they wanted to do things. And you just said, pay me what I'm worth or give me what I'm worth.
My time is just as valuable as yours.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I would say show of hands. How many people have seen something like that? True, Lou, you chiming in, bro. Close as about a matter of what?
He probably doing voice to text.
Now, respect for a person's time and respect for their resources. Yeah. I get what he's saying. Respect for people's time. And also, you're doing things for a purpose, right? You're not just doing it just to do it. You're doing things for ultimately a purpose. Maybe enhancing your audience, your reach, or, could be any number of things. Or just to get your name. Well, it's still getting your name out there. Like, you're getting your name out there because was given, an opportunity was given to you.
But let's go ahead and caveat on that though too. When you do sloppy business, you get sloppy results, right? And what I mean by that is that I can understand if I reach out to you days before I'm trying to accomplish something, be all like, hey, I need this, this, and this. Can you do it? Right? Right?
Well, not even days.
But
70
if
72 hours is days.
But if I sit back and I'm talking to you weeks or months in advance, and we lead up to the week or days of said
event or whatever it may be,
and you either pull out and say you can't do it, or you want to change the narrative or change pricing when you're already locked in. Like, come on. Really? What about ethics?
Well, let's talk.
And then they want to
stay there.
Want to criticize.
Stay there.
And then I'm the first one to talk about stop bashing Black-owned businesses when something wrong happens, but because you're not giving that owner a time to rectify the situation. But however, if that business owner ethics and practices off, I see why you blast. It's two folds, and something got to give.
Or not at all. And you continue doing business as usual. And why do I say it like that? Because that's what's happening. I mean, be honest with you. I could understand if this.
Oh, so the bitch is still giving seafood bags and sheen bags? She's still doing that?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
People still eating it.
That's what she said.
I wasn't gonna say. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna keep it RG, not PG. Rated great.
Oh shit.
But whatever happened, let's go back to what you said about business ethics or ethics, period. Whatever happened to that? Whatever, if I do you solid, you do me solid.
You know what I came to the conclusion when it comes to ethics? Ethics is like common sense. Common sense ain't that common.
But ethics should be. That's the difference. It's not like common sense. Ethics, there is no
that's how
gray
you
area.
And I that's how you and I look at it.
No, that's the way. That's the way.
The reality of the world, it looks at it differently. They're dumb as doornails, bro.
Well, here's the thing: is it the world or is it the United States?
Well,
is it the world or North America?
Well, I would say North America because we get scammed the most, and then we wonder why we get scammed by our own people because we getting scammed by everybody. Nigeria, we getting scammed. You know what I mean? We get scammed by everybody else in the country, in the world. So it's not too far fetched for me to believe that we would get scammed by our own people.
Now, to support this message that this man just said. Have any of you ever traveled outside the country and then you go somewhere and you want to buy souvenirs? What do? They give you the highest price possible because they hear your accent, your American accent. What they do? Oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from North Carolina. Where's that at? United States. Oh. You hear that? Oh, okay. So, okay. Well, I was looking at this the souvenir here. So how much is it? Oh, it's $125
For you.
For you. It's $125. So people laugh, and I think I've done this for my wife. If I haven't, I probably will one day. I'll say, so if it wasn't me, how much would it be? If you didn't know I was from the United States, how much would it be?
I'll go one deeper on. I'm gonna go to the younger generation. I saw this video.
Oh God, younger generation, Jesus!
And this white girl, who I don't know if she's ever been, but she had the audacity to say that I don't know how other people say that Hawaii is a part of the United States when it's across a body of water and their whole goddamn shit is completely different than here. Like she's talking about they greet you with lays when you come out the goddamn airplane. Where in America did they? I'm like, you dumb bitch. You fucking dumb bitch. And this is the generation that we're leaving this shit to.
I ain't even shit to nobody. Fuck that. I take that shit with me. They say you're gonna be buried with what you came in with, right?
Nope, I just said that right there. And that was the example of what I just said. He hit it on the nail. I mean, where do you expect the ethics to show when there's no education?
No ethics in education, no ethics in politics, no ethics in religion, no ethics in the food. So here's the thing.
Facts. He in that example, what I just saw of that TikTok video, he nailed it on the head in the statement.
That was the uneducated, educated person saying something that made no sense to everyone else. Now, here's the thing.
Wait, the 50th state of the United States.
Let me get to it. Let me get to it because what you got to understand is, did she do that for views to get her numbers up? Or was she really that stupid?
Either way it goes.
Because here's the thing in America.
Either way it goes. If you did it for views, you dumb bitch.
Oh no, that's smart marketing. Because guess what happened?
You're labeled a dumb bitch now.
But the thing is, yeah, she would be labeled.
She'll be labeled as a typical white blonde dumb bitch.
Well, the thing is, you've got a word out of that. Because you saw it, and how many other people other saw it? She's probably a uneducated, rich, dumb, blonde bitch. Why? Because we give people the power, which apparently in America is money.
Does she really make that much money? Do people?
We don't know that.
That's
we don't know. We don't know that. But the thing is,
you got all these millions of viewers and shit like that, right? But does the numbers suffice? Does the what I mean? Does the money match the numbers? Because Snoop even said, "How the fuck do I get over 1 billion streams in 1 year and I didn't even make $1 million off of that?" Shit.
But 1 billion streams off YouTube, we know you're not gonna make that.
Period.
We know off of YouTube. So here's the thing. And the thing is, I understand what Snoop's saying, but the thing is, I if it was somebody like you and me saying that, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Snoop is a whole nother level. This man has shoes and coats.
Exactly.
So no, don't do that, Snoop. No. I understand what you're saying. Like that's pennies to the dollar on you. To us, that puts us over a hump or two, maybe even a third one. 2.5.
Well, it's still, but see, even as an artist that deals with that, right? When you deal with distribution, digital distribution, and they're talking about every 500 streams, you only get half a cent. The fuck is a half a cent? Where's the money going?
Give us a penny.
Snoop,
give us a whole penny.
Yeah, you feel me? But not even that. Even if it was that, okay, great, right? But even Snoop brought light to it, like, because a lot of us niggas on artists that's on the bottom of the totem pole, we understood how and why, right? But when you're doing it to the upper echelon as well, like I said, I can go and clearly press out a goddamn CD, whether it's a single or a full album, right? USB drive, vinyls are coming back, shit like that, right?
They're not coming back. They back.
And sell that shit. I get all of that. You put it on a streaming platform. You mean to tell me every 500 streams only get half a cent? Where's what?
This right here. Clearly, it's not going to the artist. It's going to the $1 billion industry. I'm sorry, the $1 billion. Well, actually, not even billion.
That's how Interscope stays in business.
That's multi-million-dollar company.
Universal, the king of digital marketing and digital releases and shit like that. That's how they stay in business.
But what do they tell you? Hey, you know what? We got you booked for a worldwide tour. 200 cities in 97 days. So what's that going to do? Oh, your travel's taken care of. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Oops. Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong? And you got, and the thing is, this is not a cultural thing. This is a person thing.
And it's a business practice.
There you go, True. Exactly. It's pimping.
And that's the common business practice. So, and that's why I'm kind of pissed off that pimping is illegal.
Well, not everywhere, but go ahead.
Because at the end of the day, before pimping was illegal, especially in the Wild Wild West, we had saloons. Saloons had burlesque houses. Anybody that knows what a burlesque house is, you go to the saloon, get your drink, you find yourself modern day strip clubs. Period. You know what I mean? You go do what you do. You give her a quarter. She go about her. You know what I mean? Shit like that, right? So pimping been pimping, right? And now all of a sudden, it's illegal for me to sit back and try to pimp the system when the pimp system has been pimping me.
No, the system, see, that's where you're wrong at. The system is not pimping you. It's bitch slapping you.
Say, bitch, where my money?
Exactly. It's not pimping. It's different types of pimping, though. Right now, we're just talking about corporate pimping. No,
pimping is pimping. Pimping is pimping. They bitch slap you regardless.
Exactly. Pimping is pimping, but bitch slapping is a whole nother level. Whole nother level. And what's wrong with it, because when you got an independent artist, they can't slap you, but they can still pimp you, because guess what? You're going to have to do shows, right? You're going to do shows to make something. To make what's say, do something strange for a little bit of change. You got to make it. You got people that right now. I tell people all the time, there's a lot of underground artists. Not going to mention names, but there are a lot of underground artists that if they could get that little sliver of light for a break, not mentioning names, that they can.
Don't test me coming out May 23rd. That's what he's hitting at. Stop it. Just say it. Just say it.
I didn't say anything.
God, yes, I got a new single coming out.
He's got Tourette's, y'all. He's got Tourette's today.
Some niggas didn't. Hey, he ain't lying about it. Here's the thing. So you got some artists that's in
when
there.
I use a garden tool.
No, they hoes and they fuck out of here.
When I said
they use and manipulated their position to get what they want. A hoe knows a hoe's position. A pimp knows a pimp's position. And you got somebody that's in the middle that don't know and they trying to define their position. Some want to be a pimp, but on the hoe side. And then you got hoes that are meant to be pimps. So at the end of the day, you got hoes that's meant to be hoes, and you got pimps that's meant to be pimp. So what he's saying is pimping is hoeing is hoeing. If you allow yourself to be hoed out like that, you knew what it was. It's in the form of a contract. You signed it. Just saying.
You were so animated with you was like you went the fuck off. Like I had to sit back for a minute. I was like, this is personal.
I'm sad.
This man took it personal. And truly, you ain't lying. I had to sit back like this man took this mess personal. What's going on over here? Like, do I need to move out of frame for a minute? Like,
some people allow themselves to get fucked over in a contract, right?
Don't even try to change. No. You ain't going there. No. We stand right here. You took that, man, personal. That was personal. I mean, I felt that next to you. I'm like, wait, man, what the hell did I do? I didn't do shit to you. I didn't pimp you or I'll make you a hoe. What the hell? Why you yelling? I had to sit back like, wait, whoa. Time out, coach. Time out. Let me put somebody else in.
Here's the reason why. Because I'm tired of motherfuckers that know the role that they play and then want to try to change up the role thinking that they going to get a motherfucking promotion when nigga, you ain't meant for that role.
So
bitch, stay in your lane.
I'm going to say something that's going to make a lot of people mad. Stop calling your kids kings and queens. Not everybody's meant to be a king and a queen. Some are meant to be pawns. You don't want to realize it, and you see it yourself. Not every child is meant to be a king or a queen. If that was the case, who the hell is the workers? Some of y'all ain't going to like that. Some of y'all ain't going to want to hear it. Some of y'all know it. Stop treating your kids as if they're all kings and queens. There's a role for everybody. Not everybody gets that role to be a leader. It's fine. It's okay. It's what's it called? The circle of life. It really is.
And then you got some people that's just born from the rough, that's destined to be, and they understand that from a young age, and they separate themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
You ain't never lie. Most of them are court jesters. You ain't never lie. I done seen a few of them myself and like, what the fleckling mother? Who? How did you get hired? What? How?
I be looking at certain people like, how the fuck you get into management?
Well, Barry, yeah, I look at you. How are you even alive? What? Like who? Or my favorite. Remember, I used to say this. Who in the hell left the gate open? Remember, I used to say that all the time. Who in the hell left the gate open? Everybody can come through. They just let everybody in here now. You'd be surprised.
All right, so moving on. Junior standards.
I did not want to, but since you did that, and I knew you looked right at me when you said that, didn't you? Because you want me to go there.
Yeah. We didn't talk we have not talked for a week. In specific to that, we have not talked.
I'm making sure everything's out of my way. Okay.
So let's talk about
it. NFL.
You sorry pieces of shit.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Well, here's the thing about it. I'm not going to say that, but
I have something I'm going to say.
I'm just going to get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say this real quick.
I'm going to drink some jungle juice, so go ahead.
I feel a couple of different ways about this. One, and I'm just going to touch briefly on this. I feel that Dion kind of sabotaged his son's draft pick a little bit, just based off.
Well, you're being nice with this. Okay, go ahead.
Just based off him being Dion, certain shit that he said in the media pre-draft, and then going into the NFL. Going to my second point. Y'all might not like this, man, but he changed the landscape of the game on a couple of different positions. And yeah, he was a headache. And yeah, I understand to a certain narrative, you're thinking that his son is going to be that cocky and arrogant the same way that here's the thing. You don't want this man to be the face of the league, just like y'all don't want Lamar Jackson to be the face of the league. Not only do you do not want Deion Sanders to have a family legacy created within NFL. Now, that being said, I started looking up certain numbers. First round draft picks, rookies, right? Average 42 to 45 million. Fifth round draft pick for a quarterback, 3.6 to $4 million. So the Browns saved $40 million by drafting. And You got 4 quarterbacks on the depth chart now.
5.
Oh, is it 5? I was going back between 4 or 5.
It's 5.
I knew 4 for
Well,
sure.
here's the thing, because Deshaun Watson is not necessarily going to take on the roster spot, but he's
okay.
Yeah.
So that means, and you're still paying Deshaun guaranteed contract, right? So I'm thinking your best move on why you did that. Your best move is to package him in a trade and send him to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is his best playing spot.
Who?
Shador.
They're not going to trade inside the. They're not going. The AFC North very rarely do trades.
They rarely do
very
that.
Very rarely, and it's
But
very 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 rare.
If the package is right and the money is right, and like I said, you're getting him at 3.
Because the Steelers will do anything to screw the Browns. I'm just going to just come out like that. Just like remember I told you like if you're going to do that, you got to be realistic. The Steelers will do anything to screw the Browns. The Ravens will do anything to screw the Browns. The Bengals will do anything to screw the Browns. You not get the picture here? Nobody.
Shador's not going to stay on the Browns. He's going to get traded.
He ain't going to trade it.
You don't think
he's
so?
Not. So I don't want to jump in until you're done.
Go ahead. That's pretty much all I have to say. I just think it's with the whole conspiracy is surrounded by Deion, and the NFL don't want that man to have a family legacy. Because think about it. When he retired, at first he wanted ownership. They wouldn't let him in. Then he wanted GM or executive positions within. He tried with the Falcons, and then he tried with the 49ers, and they didn't let him in. Then he went into doing analysts with NFL Network and shit like that, right? Then after that, I think that's when Shador had his freshman season at Jackson State. He thought that the coach didn't do what he was supposed to do. He stepped in Shador's sophomore year at Jackson State. Not only did he change the landscape of Jackson State, he changed the landscape for HBCUs, period. Nobody was checking for HBCUs. Nobody was giving funding or money. HBCU players wasn't even getting drafted like that. He changed the landscape for all of HBCU. Then he went to Colorado, Division I. The year that he took over, they won 3 games that previous season? Oh, one. Changed the landscape of that for 2 years. 2 years straight. A lot of people want to say that Shador is not talented. I beg to differ. I think a lot of people is not looking at his talent. They're looking at the legacy, and that's horrible. I'm done.
You sure to sign?
Yeah.
So, NFL. I see you. I hear you. And you're wrong. You were taking advantage of the NBA.
How so?
Well, NBA ratings have, even at All-Star break, when you didn't want to realize it after I told you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Wait. Let me finish.
Have everybody watch the whole goddamn draft because everybody waiting to see where he gonna get drafted at.
Bingo. That's part of it. But do you realize you took over and you screwed the UFL, by the way, because UFL ratings were completely down this weekend because everybody was waiting to see when is Shador Sanders and Shiloh Sanders
and Shiloh didn't even get drafted, but he got signed as a free agent to the Bucks and making more money on contract than what Shador is. By $500,000.
Now,
make it make sense.
I say that. Now, people want to bring this aspect of it was race.
Nope.
Had nothing to do with race.
Nope, I don't think so.
It was the fact that
Deion Sanders.
Bingo. It was his father. Yep, it was his father. But here's a problem I have. A few years ago, about what? Help me out, maybe 16, 17 years ago, there was a draft made between the Chargers and the Giants.
For Eli.
Phillip Rivers versus Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Archie Manning came out and said, what? My son ain't playing in no San Diego. He's playing in New York. Y'all better make it happen. But what did San Diego say? They called his bluff. They drafted him. But the problem is, behind closed doors, they told the Chargers, hey, draft Phillip Rivers. That's what we really want. Y'all want Eli, let's make the flip. Let the history be told. So Archie, Hall of Famer.
They don't want a family legacy.
Wait. It's a Hall of Famer, right?
Eli.
Quarterback legacy. His son Peyton was
Hall of Famer.
Was building that resume at that
Champion.
time. Right? Eli comes in.
2-time champion.
Still not a Hall of Famer, though. Ooh. He didn't make it in.
And the reason why, because both his championships, guess who he beat?
The Patriots.
And Tom Brady. Oh, until Tom Brady goes into the Hall of Fame, they're not going to put Eli in there.
What's going to happen? The year Brady's – I hear now.
They're going to do Tom Brady, and then 2 years later, it's going to be Eli.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm putting this out there so it can be videoed. The year Tom Brady is eligible, that'll be the year that Eli goes in. I'm telling you that right now. So
Tom Brady, Eli will go into the Hall of Fame before Tom Brady. That's what you're saying.
I said they will go in the same time. Eli was eligible this year. Yeah. He didn't make it.
Yeah.
So that I don't know when Brady's eligible. Who's eligible?
In about 2 or 3 more years.
Once Brady's eligible, that's when we'll see Eli go.
Now,
let me come back to the Sanders family. This is the topic of the moment. Dion needed to shut up.
He did.
2018, you made a tweet that said, if I were a quarterback, I wouldn't go to Cleveland. Mm-hmm. There's no way in hell I'd want to be drafted by Cleveland. I demand to be traded.
Now, let's fast forward to what he said on the Jay Hood show. On the Jay Hood show, he said, well, if I had any influence, I would dictate where my son gets at. And I understand why I said that. He said, because I'm not trying to have my son get screwed over the politics of the NFL.
No, it's not even that. He's seen what's happened to Baker Mayfield.
Correct.
Sam Bradford.
And at the end of the day, he named teams. The Giants and the Browns and the Jets were 3 of the teams that he listed that he said he would not.
And guess who needs quarterbacks again? That was a couple years ago. Who needs quarterbacks again? The Giants, the Browns, and the Jets. The same 3 teams. Now, people want to talk about talent, right? They want to say, oh,
he's not talented.
He's not that good.
Well, he's a pocket passer, stretches the field. Like, imagine him on the Steelers with DK Metcalf and Pickett, and then you got they just got rid of Najee Harris, so that puts Jalen Warren at the one running back. So you theoretically essentially got 2 running backs and 3 receivers with a tight end.
No, he don't run. The thing is, he's a pocket passer because his quarterback coach was great.
He could rotate the stretch the field. That's what I meant by that.
Now, here's the thing.
He's not a running quarterback like Lamar. I'm not saying that.
Now, what I want you to stick with that right there.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm going.
He can stretch.
So let's look at. You want to talk numbers? Men lie, women lie, and
numbers don't.
Thank you. So now look at the numbers. Eli. What did I give him Eli? No, actually, that's actually what I want to do. Eli. Outside the pocket, 49%. In college, he didn't have to worry about it because he had them homegrown Southern boys blocking him at Ole Miss. That's Shedeur.
62% outside the pocket.
67% outside the pocket. 70% with pressure. 82% on a blitz. He's not good. You want to talk about throwing the receivers open? Eli's numbers pale in comparison. Pale in comparison to Shedeur. Why do I keep bringing Eli up? Y'all want to know? Because that's the most comparison that everybody's doing. They're comparing Shedeur Sanders to Eli's career versus Peyton. They're comparing how Archie.
Well, Eli was a better, in my opinion, on paper, Eli was better than Peyton. That's just my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. And the numbers even suffice itself. Put it like this. Peyton only won 1 championship. And that was at the 2. Okay, I give you 2. But the one main one.
Remember, he won with the Colts and he won with the Broncos.
But that's the one main one that I'm talking about. Was the one with the Colts. The one with the Broncos, he wasn't at his prime. The defense of the Broncos is honestly what won that championship.
No, I know. Well, won the championship Cam Newton fall on the ball. That's what won that championship.
Yeah, true too. But when it comes to Eli, that man beat the GOAT twice.
Now, True,
you understand what I'm saying?
See, True, you feed into what I'm saying. Keep it a buck. He hurt somebody's feelings. That's why they shitting on his name like that. Exactly. The thing is, Deion, when he came in the NFL, they didn't know what to do. He was so braggadocious and so full of himself.
That nigga played 2 sports in 3 positions.
They didn't understand.
Football and play baseball.
What did he play? Wide receiver.
And he played all 3 positions in one night.
Defensive back.
That nigga played cornerback, wide receiver, and then went and played for the Atlanta Braves that same day.
No, that was the morning, and then the night he was playing for.
Yeah. I got it back. Yeah, come on, man. Deion was the GOAT of that position. And here's the thing. With Shador, him being a quarterback, right? Now you are leading the team. You are leading the team differently than the way that Deion did, right? Deion, he was a leader in his own right? But as a quarterback, you lead that team, right? Everybody, when they put a face on a football team, 9 times out of 10, who is it? The goddamn quarterback, right? 9 times out of 10, who did they give the MVP to? A quarterback, right? 9 times out of 10, when you think of a team, you think of a goddamn quarterback, right? So therefore, Shador being who he is.
Wait, you forgot. Unless you're the Browns. Myles Garrett. Unless you're the Steelers. Oh, y'all thought I was going to let the Steelers slide on by. Hell no, I'm not. No. J.J. Watt, who's a little older now, getting a little long in the tooth. He put a tweet out there. A peace sign. What does that mean, y'all? Come on, tell me. Aaron Rodgers don't want to play behind that god-awful line. Okay.
I'm just saying, when it comes down to it,
let me stop.
The league wants to ensure. I honestly think that the league is targeting Deion by his son by saying, hey, you're not bigger than us.
Here's what
they won't give that man ownership. Honestly, truth be told, I told my wife this. I said, Shador and Deion should stay fuck the NFL and go to the UFL, because at least the UFL, Deion can have ownership aspect and Shador can be the face of a league. And that would bring aspect. Because think about it, UFL next year during the spring. First 5 weeks of the year, everybody's going. You look at UFL right now, they barely got 500 people in the stands.
No, they got way more than that. But I understand
what
you're saying. It's not NFL numbers.
It's not NFL numbers.
But it's a city. But here's what I tell people: it's the cities they're in.
That's true too.
You put it in a city that has nothing like
Arlington.
that.
Yeah, I get it.
Arlington, that's Cowboys country.
Yeah, you're not gonna go to Bloomington. You know what I mean? You're not. I get it. But just imagine the Sanders taking over the UFL.
Here's the thing. The reason why I would say I wouldn't do that, because then all the trolls, you can't even make it in the NFL. You can't make it in the big leagues. You had to go to the.
But am I not? If I'm making more money than the most motherfuckers.
But the thing is, you're not going to make that much money in the UFL.
Look at what Deion did with college. If he does that with the UFL, and now all of a sudden you got TV sponsors for the springtime football,
and this is going to.
They don't want that.
This whole thing. This is what's going to sound so wrong for me saying this, but Deion does not need his sons to make things successful.
Correct.
So his son being there is a detriment, because what that means is what you're saying is he needs his son. No, he could go to UFL if he really wanted to and do those things, but he don't want to.
Why can't he be a father that wants to come up with his son?
But the whole thing is, at some point in time, when we talked about before, you got to let them
go. Yeah,
and that's what he's doing right now. He's letting his sons go off, do your own thing, because that's what needs to happen. What I'm happy about is with Shiloh.
Shiloh said, "Fuck it."
Shiloh should have never went undrafted.
Shiloh should have got drafted in the 3rd round.
But because Shador was falling,
Shador should have went in the 2nd round.
So here's why I said
like
NFL.
Travis Hunter did go where he was supposed to go. Shador should have went in the first 3 picks of the 2nd round. And the reason why I say that is I understood the makeup of the draft of what they were doing in that 1st round.
don't agree with anything you just said.
Should have won the first round?
Yeah, bottom of the first round.
In the bottom of, I'll give you the bottom. I'll give you the bottom of the first
Just like
round.
Lamar Jackson. Remember the Raiders? The Ravens traded
to
pick 32 just to draft him to get that fifth year.
I'll give you that. The bottom of the
because here's what's going to happen.
Top of the second round.
Here's what's going to happen.
After I saw him not get picked, I thought the Steelers at the 21st pick, sure thing, y'all need this man. Get him.
And they didn't.
And but the thing is, if he doesn't get drafted at the top of the second round, he's not getting drafted.
Well, I knew he was going to get drafted, but I was trying to think of where it would work.
Pittsburgh is the only one that makes sense. And I'm not a Pittsburgh fan.
I'm telling you right now, who I was betting my money on.
The Chargers?
Nope.
He's an AFC team. He's going to be on the AFC team.
I thought it would have been the Raiders. Raiders, and it was going to be an NFC team. I would have said, here's the reason being. Here's the reason being, because Tom Brady has been coaching this kid. That's why I thought the Raiders. And I think if the Browns didn't draft him, the Raiders would have scooped him up. But at the same time, his best bet was to go undrafted.
At that position, though, in the first round, his best bet was the Steelers, period.
Well, actually, you know what? Take this way. I agree with one aspect because of the receivers. But here's the thing. Again, look at what it is. The Steelers have no offensive line to protect.
They don't have no quarterback either.
But you don't have a line to protect them. That's why Aaron Rodgers is taking so much time dragging his feet.
And that's why Mason Rudolph is going to be there.
Hey, you know what? NFL, you did the ingenious genius thing. You let a first round talent
go to the fifth round. And
wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Now, you've given this man so much fuel. And the one tweet that sticks out to me that I can't remember, it was a former player. He said, remember, after you blow the league up, no discounts. You better not.
Yeah. That you about the Shedeur Sanders.
He's going
to make history and become a $500 million.
He may win that starting quarterback job.
He's going to become a $500 million quarterback. He's going to get the highest paid quarterback position in league history. He definitely is. And the thing about it, the crazy part about it, I think of Shedeur Sanders. When I think of Shedeur Sanders in this draft, right? I think about somebody that plays for a team that I can't fucking stand. Brock Purdy.
That's my friend. I knew you were going to say. I knew you were going to say Brock Purdy, but
it's like he went the very last person in the goddamn draft.
He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Motherfucking Irrelevant.
And you know what? He's damn sure irrelevant. He's damn sure. You know why he went? But the thing is, what people don't realize with Brock Purdy, he was a 4-year starter. So what happened? He had seen every type of defense, and he went to the perfect spot. They said, you know what? Hey, we're going to bring you along while so-and-so starting. And then everybody went down. All right, Purdy, you're up. Oh, cool. This is nothing. I'm just going to dink and dunk. Bam, bam.
Oh, I got Kittle. Here you go.
Kittle.
I got Debo.
Jenny.
Here you go. We went to the championship 2 years in a row. Lost both of them, but hey.
Not because of him. Let's get it straight. He got hurt the first one, remember?
Yeah,
and he couldn't do it. The second one they went to, he was on an island.
He honestly got beat. The best man won that game. You know what I mean? But so I bring up Brock Purdy just to be all like it's not a comparison in the talent when it comes to Shedeur Sanders.
You know what just happened? Goddamn NFL. What are we talking about right now? And it's the playoffs.
Oh shit.
Look what they did. This, if y'all don't believe it was a marketing thing, it's the NBA playoffs right now. And we're talking what?
And the first round of these playoffs is unbelievably great. Oh my God. If
and what we're talking about.
And if y'all have not seen the Knicks in the goddamn Detroit series, you know what I mean? Milwaukee's out of the goddamn playoffs in the first round. They got bounced out by Indiana, and there was almost a fight between Halliburton's dad and the whole goddamn team of the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, these playoffs have been great so far.
And people are still talking about the NFL draft. NFL, you did it. That's why I said you succeeded, but you didn't. But here's the thing I also want to point out. If anybody wants to understand anything about how it works, just go back and look at the YouTube videos of Shedeur Sanders. He doesn't seem bothered.
Oh, and in Atlanta?
Falcons, Hawks, who you talking about?
The Falcons. Yeah, I see what y'all doing. Because here's the thing. I'm going to believe what the son said. In his written statement, he said that he was actually paid a sum of money to make that call.
I didn't see that at all. But you know, Jeff Ulbrich, right?
Yeah, his son. Yeah. And
put it this way.
As far as the NFL finding Atlanta $250K and
they didn't find Atlanta.
They found the Falcons $250,000, and then they find Albright $100,000 for the prank call. I don't think it was enough.
250.
See, they found the Falcons organization 250
and then 100 to him.
And then 100 to him. I don't think that was enough.
What I would have done?
I don't think it was enough.
But here's what
I would have.
Do you want to know what I would do?
From draft?
No.
Shit, bro.
Well, actually, yeah, I would have taken their first round pick.
Mm-hmm. But they don't have a first round pick until 2028.
The Falcons?
Yeah.
You sure?
They don't have a first round draft pick till 2028, bro. This was their last year. They traded because the trades that they made over the past couple of years with contracts and shit, they gave up some first round draft picks.
We have no compensatory draft picks. Wait, I asked the wrong question, didn't I? Yeah, damn. No first and no second.
There you go. Told you.
Wait, in this draft. Wait, no.
Oh, that's this draft.
Had to send his first round pick in 2026 to the Rams, plus a second rounder and seventh rounder in this draft. What draft?
So they don't have at least 2027, 2028. They don't have a first round or a second round draft pick. Because Rams.
They just traded away this year. That's
correct. Correct. That's what I'm saying.
They came back to get that pass rusher.
Yeah.
It better work out.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. You're fucked for the next 3 years.
So make it one more year. NFL goes what 4 years deep, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
4 years max.
4 years. Why not?
I would have stripped them draft picks and 500 million, 500 minimum, 500K to the organization minimum.
Honestly,
that 250 should have went to.
I'm not putting this on an organization. I'm going when I say that, I'm not going to find the money. You take the pick. That's enough money, more than enough money right there.
But I would charge. Oh boy, his father. I
would have suspended for a year.
I would have kicked him out the goddamn league.
I wouldn't kick him out.
You violated privacy information, bro.
He didn't violate shit.
I mean, you did. You left the tablet open. That was on you. You know, in the field of where you work in, when you walk away, you lock your goddamn screen, right? You're an NFL defensive coordinator that got private information on that motherfucker.
Wait, see,
regardless of what you with family or not.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna tell you what I'm not finished what I was doing.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't have. I would have kicked him out the year for the league.
Okay.
Put his son in jail for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And let him think about it.
Okay. I kind of agree with that.
Because the whole thing is, I'm not going to penalize a damn good coordinator because his dumbass.
He did a dumb thing. He got to be penalized.
I guess I did penalize him 1 year. You're not getting paid. 1 year, you're suspended. Think about this remember the Bounty Gate with Dennis Allen?
With New Orleans, yeah.
And they came down with what they call it, the worst penalties ever submitted in NFL history. I put this up there with that.
Yeah, because what y'all did
because here's the thing. Had it been
let them do it to a white dude, a white quarterback, a prestigious white quarterback. Let a black dude do a prank call to a prestigious white quarterback. It would have been.
I'm going to bring race into it, but that's not what I'm talking about. Let it still be the same situation. Let it have been Jackson Dart. Let it have been the same situation. Jackson Dart with L. Ulbricht's son and it happening.
Or Cam Ward.
They would have came down a lot harder.
Cam Ward, number 1 overall draft pick.
It ain't got to do with it with a black kid calling. No. Let it have been a black sports athlete it happening to. Right? That's what it happened to. Let it be a white. Thank you, Trulu. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm getting to. It ain't got it could have been no matter who defensive coordinator it was. My whole point is, had it been a different player, a player that was definitely projected to be top 3. Let's say Cam Ward, and this happened, and he didn't get drafted 1.
He dropped to 5 or 6. Yeah.
First, that impacts his pocket.
Now, Cam Ward, I expected him to go 1 over Shedeur. I did. Quarterback-wise, over the quarterbacks that's in this pool, Cam Ward, to me, was the better overall number 1 quarterback over Shedeur. You don't think so? You think Shedeur should have went number 1 overall?
Here's my outlook on what you just said. Cam Ward will definitely be a bust.
You think so?
I've watched games with him. He's definitely a bust. In that situation. Now, what ends up happening? Now, remember, here's the thing. It's no problem being a bust on your first contract.
Right.
Baker Mayfield.
He had a resurgence.
Bradford. I can go on and on and on, right? There's no problem with that. But this was not a draft to draft. This was not a draft to get a quarterback first. I'm going to put it that way.
I can see that.
This was a positional draft.
This was a positional draft, especially the first round, because there was a lot of defensive tackle, edge rushers,
yes,
guards,
yes,
linemen.
Period.
Yeah, that was going in the first round. That
was a need. We need a quarterback. We're drafting you,
especially what the Ravens did this year on who they drafted. Yeah, it was all position. I give you that. This was very. That's what I'm saying. Shedeur, I saw him top of the second round.
Now here's what I'm going to say. This is what I'm pissed off. I wanted the Ravens to get Will Howard.
No, I don't think so.
You want to know why? Because he would have fit right into that secondary. How? But you know where he wended? Fucking Cardinals. And then another one. I wanted to get a Howard jersey. That's just.
That's the real reason. That's the real reason why he wanted. You saw what he did during that ball game. You like
not even that. He is a first round talent that went too late.
We went and he went to the right goddamn team because he's going to fit right in. Hey, look.
Should win the ball.
Okay. All right. Don't get mad because he's going to have Calais Campbell, one of the best linemen in the league. One of the best line. He's going to mentor him. And he's going to play on the side.
First of all,
Shut up.
Quarterback.
Shut up.
So if Calais Campbell's manning a cornerback, we got a problem.
Bye.
Well, actually, y'all got a problem.
Until next week, folks. I'll see you. I'm not listening to this
If that man ends up mentoring a quarterback,
hey, dude, he got cornerbacks on.
Yeah, here's the thing.
And Patrick Peterson too.
He just retired.
He just retired as
quarterback. Yeah, the thing is, Cardinals going to hire him.
Exactly, and that.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?